Hey, it's Chad Hasty, host of the Chad Hasty Show, which airs weekday mornings 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time, News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 a.m. KFYO. Donald Trump, President Trump, still talking to conservatives, talking to Republicans, and probably reaching out to some Democrats as well when it comes to the GOP House leadership plan to replace Obamacare. Obviously, it's been the big news the last couple of days as Republicans aren't happy about it on a couple of different factions. You have the House leadership, which unveiled their new plan, which some have called Trump Care, some have called Obamacare Light, some have called Obamacare 2.0. The House leadership released this plan. Listen, for those of you who are upset at Paul Ryan about this and upset at some members of Congress, let's not forget that President Trump had a lot to do with this plan, according to Paul Ryan and others, and including the president himself, who's come out and endorsed the overall plan from GOP leadership. Now, President Trump did meet today with some conservative leaders. According to the website Axios.com, which, by the way, used to have some folks who started Politico, I think, moved over and started Axios. The website says, per the White House, following conservatives who all oppose the GOP repeal and replace health care plan, met with Trump this evening, talking about Wednesday evening at the White House. David McIntosh of Club for Growth, Jim DeMint of the Heritage Foundation, Tim Phillips of Americans for Prosperity, Adam Brandon of Freedom Works, and Mike Needham of the Heritage Action, and Jenny Beth Martin of Tea Party Patriots all met with Trump at the White House Wednesday evening. McIntosh walked away saying, quote, "I'm encouraged that the president indicated they're pushing to make changes to the bill." Conservative leaders also said that President Trump heard their concerns about the GOP health care bill and committed to making changes that will make the bill better. Hey, you know what? Good news. When I look at this bill that was released by the House Republicans, I thought it was a pretty good starting point. Not the most ideal, not the most conservative. I would still love to see government out of healthcare completely. I would love to see government out of insurance completely. I do not believe that you have a right to have health insurance. I don't believe that. If you go and get a job, a full-time job, and your employer wants to offer it as a benefit, I think that's great. I would love for the price of insurance to come down, but Obamacare hasn't done that. And in fact, I think you can make the argument, since the government got involved in healthcare costs have only gone up. Aside from that, because I don't believe you're going to get rid of government now that it's been involved in healthcare for longer than just Obamacare, but overall with the health insurance agencies for the last 6 years or so, you've had the federal government with their big fat hands into the cookie jar. That's not going to go away anytime soon. So I thought that the House GOP plan that was laid out, a good starting point. Now let's see where we go from here. I'm all for conservatives trying to make this bill better. I do believe Republicans have to do something because they've promised for years now, put us in power, we're going to change Obamacare, we're going to repeal and replace it. It's encouraging to see the president reach out and talk to people. That's why I said on the show on Wednesday, I'm going to take a wait-and-see approach to this piece of legislation. For those who supported Donald Trump from day one, this is the moment. This is the moment you were waiting for with Donald Trump. You brought him on as the non-politico, as the guy who can make great deals, who can negotiate wonderful deals, and be a winner for the Republican side. This is his moment to prove that he can actually do that. Is he actually the master of the art of the deal? He's going to have to do a great sales job when it comes to Obamacare and replacing Obamacare. Ted Cruz, he's going to have dinner with Ted Cruz Wednesday night. Ted Cruz says, hey, listen, if the bill isn't changed, it's dead on arrival in the Senate. However, I think you're going to hear he and Donald Trump agree that there do need to be some changes made. Maybe there needs to be a better rollout, better explanation of phase 1, 2, and 3 when it comes to the GOP replacement plan. But let's wait and see. Let's see what happens. Let's see what Trump and the Republican leadership decide to do. Again, I think with Donald Trump, as with anything, we start at one point, we're going to end up maybe at a different point, somewhere in the middle possibly, or, right over here. Donald Trump has said over and over again, we announce one point, it's a place for negotiation to end up over here. So that's what I'm counting on from President Trump, from the conservatives, and from Republicans overall. What I don't want to see is conservatives refuse to meet with Donald Trump or moderate Republicans because they're afraid about defunding Planned Parenthood, refuse to meet with Donald Trump. That's not how we get things done. I still believe, and I said it on the show today, Republicans have to get this right. If Republicans screw this up, then we're heading down the path of single payer, and that will be an absolute disaster for healthcare in this nation. Tune in to the Chad Hasty Show weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 AM KFYO. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and have a great day.